Hello, ladies and gentlemen, business owners, my fellow citizens. You know, I've been doing this for many years. I've been involved with quality for 40 plus years. Aerospace, medical implants, medical materials printing, and plastic distribution, where we dealt with every industry under the sun. I opened my business in 2011, became a registered GPMC LLC, a quality register to add to the credibility of a quality certification, both in all flavors, whether it's AS 9100 for aerospace or ISO 9001 or ISO 1345 for medical. And we went out there, and it was no easy task because ANSI ANAB had been around in the system for, at that time, probably about almost 30 plus years or so. Now it's 40 plus. And that's what they had. ANSI ANAB had gone through some transitions. It used to be ANSI NAPRAP, then ANSI ASQ, and now the final point is ANSI ANAB. They are underwriters for the International Accreditation Forum, which is a repository for all international and national accreditation bodies, and they are equivalent in accreditation to ANSI ANAB. ANSI ANAB are underwriters for all of them that sit on the IF and also the International Accreditation Cooperation in Australia. The video here today is about Boeing neglect source inspection from 2002 to present, and they don't want that information out. It is absolutely deplorable when you look at the sadness of the situation. That I always believed when I was in aerospace, why can't we do the job right the first time, then have all of these managers put pressure on the employees? We need to get it out. And we used to have a saying, the end of the year push for the beginning of the year crash. Boeing put out a supplier notification in 2002. They basically said that if you are ANSI ASQ National Accrediting Board, which is just ANSI ANAB, okay, ANSI ANAB accredited, just send us your certificate and then send us your parts, and we don't have to inspect your facility. Don't get me wrong, they're more than likely, as we've investigated more, they did like sample inspection to these companies who are sending not just regular parts in, but also flight safety components. You know, that to me is absolutely unbelievable. But you'll also find out that ANSI ANAB sits on, actually Boeing sits on ANSI ANAB's board. Okay, and they sit on ANAB's board that can grant, suspend, and withdraw certification. And you also have them sitting on the board of directors that basically steer the ship, so to speak. And right now the ship is going down real bad at Boeing. Because what happens is when you sit on your accreditation body, you have no oversight. There is no accreditation. There is no quality. There is no integrity in your certification. It's just a piece of paper. That is why we got involved. We got involved because we saw the neglect out there. I didn't pull all the pieces together until probably about 3 years ago when we started to do the videos. When we found this and we started 4 months ago, I brought this forward. Even before that, we used to have 3,000 videos out concerning quality issues in aerospace, medical, also automotive, electronics, and service industries. We pulled it out. And one of the other items that they're not wanting you, the public, to know is that the FAA gave regulatory authority to Boeing in 2009. When David Calhoun says our regulator is going out there to inspect those ships, why weren't they inspected before they left the hangar? Why? Why is it given to FAA now? Because the FAA is trying to butter everything up. They're trying to plaster over it. Here's the article here. It'll be down below the video. So yes, Boeing neglects source inspection from 2002 to present. So every time you get on a plane, you have to really think about it. Most of you, I'd say 2 out of 3 really don't care about what I'm saying. But when a ship goes down in its shell, if Boeing does not get Daryl Guberman to assist in the revamping of their quality processes and leaves it up to some source, whatever these people are, engineers, you need somebody who's going to roll up their sleeves, get on the floor, and see what's going on. And that's probably not happening when you're walking around with your suit and tie on, or I don't know. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, when we started our business and we went out there and we were told, Daryl, we can't use you because they only accept ANSI ANAB accreditation. And that was like 2012, and I gave a speech in 2013 at the American Society for Quality when you had Mr. David Levy, a Region 3 director, say, and I quote, ANSI, ANAB, we support you. ANAB supports you, sir. We support you. And that was 50% support. We really didn't need it. And then in 2016, because we were putting pressure on them because of that whole Boeing situation, that they wouldn't allow a company that we represented and had a fully accredited quality certification on board, they wouldn't allow them. We also didn't handle, they said, well, you're not on the OASIS database. You can't get in there. Whoa. The OASIS database is an online systems integration where all the aerospace companies can look if your ANSI ANAB accredited certification is on there and it's updated. This way, a second time, they don't have to send out inspection because you have your certificate verifying that you have an AS9100 certificate accredited by, ANSI ANAB, of course. So I wouldn't go on OASIS because in a 2002 heads up that ANSI ANAB wrote, it states on 4.2, it states, a company who is AS9100 certified, that's for aerospace, cannot refuse to be put on the a database, the OASIS database. 4.3 stated that an AS9100 certified organization cannot refuse to pay database fees. If they refuse it, they get their certificate taken away. And that's what OASIS was all about. It isn't about integrity of quality, it's about money driven. And when you're money driven, you forget about it. And everybody who I have ever contacted, and I've contacted a lot of people in my 13 years, who tried to get on board with me, but then they checked with Boeing and all the rest of the stuff. And in fact, there's a company down in Texas who wanted to go with me. I knew them since 1998. This was most recently, probably about 2 years ago. So today is 2021. So I think it was 2022 or 2021. I was on the phone with two Boeing supplier people, and they said, we only accept ANSI ANAB. I said, do you know why? No, because ANSI, and I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, ANSI ANAB, the reason why they only accept them is because, as I've showed you in many, many of my videos, Boeing sits on ANSI ANAB. They do not want somebody who's quality bearing it, I guess, because they want failure. But most of these people who I've talked to said, Daryl, I can't use you. We really want to use you. But you know what it is? It's pay to play. Do you see that? It is pay to play, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to stop here. Boeing neglect source inspection from 2002 to present, and you can't make this up. I showed you the supplier notification. It'll be down below in the description like everything else. 203-556-1493 or Daryl, TQRS@yahoo.com. I thank you. And as David Foster Wallace said, the truth will set you free, but not until it is finished with you. And Sophocles said, it is better to fail with honor than to win with fraud. It is better to fail with honor than to win with fraud. I thank you.